Yankee Doodle Dandy is often considered a patriotic masterpiece of the past, so it's no surprise that it's in the 1001 movies you must see before you die. It tells the life story of George M. Cohan, played by James Cagney, a famous Broadway actor who disappointingly doesn't go to town on riding on a pony, but instead comes out of retirement to receive a medal from President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The movie then goes into flashback mode to show George's rise to fame, going from a child performer in his family's vaudeville act to his early days as a struggling writer, before he finally beats the odds and achieves his dream of becoming a successful actor and director, even if nobody knows who the hell he is by the end of it.
George M. Cohan. I guess you must have been before our time. What's the matter, old-timer? Don't you remember this song?
The idea for a George Cohan biopic started life as a vehicle for Fred Astaire, though for reasons unknown this didn't end up happening and the role was instead offered to James Cagney. Now, this movie actually seemed to be a perfect fit for its lead star, as Cagney shared a lot in common with the real-life Cohan. Both men were sons of Irish immigrants who began their careers as song and dance performers, and Cagney's odd and unique style of half-talking, half-singing mirrored that of the real Cohan.
I am just as proud of me name, you see, as an emperor, czar, or king could be. Who is the man helps a man every time he can?
Harrigan!
That's me.
However, Cagney was actually against the idea of a biopic of Cohan's life, having disliked the man since he sided with the producers during the 1919 Actors' Equity Strike, though he was eventually talked into the idea by his brother William, who was producing the picture.
I'd settle for that too.
Additionally, the movie also changed many facts about Cohan's life, to the point that his daughter Georgette said after seeing a print of the film, "That's the kind of life Daddy would have liked to have lived." For example, the movie leaves out the fact that Cohan divorced and remarried by combining his two wives into one character, and the movie also altered the chronology of certain events in his life as well. Nevertheless, despite these creative liberties, when the movie began production, director Michael Curtiz took great care to ensure that the sets, costumes and dance steps exactly matched that of Cohan's original stage productions, with the man himself even aiding as a consultant. This commitment to accuracy was so great that Cagney ended up spraining his ankle twice in an effort to recreate Cohan's iconic stiff-legged dance style. However, when viewing the finished film, Cohan's only words for Cagney were, "My God, what an act to follow."
Thanks.
Unfortunately, due to Cohan's failing health, the scheduled premiere of the film was appropriately July the 4th, 1942, but it had to be changed to May the 29th to ensure that he would live to see it open. Thankfully, the man ended up living for several months longer than expected before passing away on November the 5th due to intestinal cancer at the age of 64. Yankee Doodle Dandy opened on May the 29th, 1942 to incredible success, grossing $6.5 million at the box office and receiving highly positive reviews, going on to win 3 Oscars for Best Sound, Best Original Score and Best Actor for Cagney, which was actually the first time an actor won the award for a performance in a musical. The American Film Institute ranked it as the 98th greatest movie ever made, the 18th best musical, and the line,
My mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I assure you, I thank you,
as the 97th best quote. The film inspired the classic Looney Tunes short Yankee Doodle Daffy, and it remains a classic of the musical genre and one of the best American films of the 1940s. But my main question is, why the hell does President Roosevelt say every line as if he's a game show host?
So you've spent your life telling the other 47 states what a great country it is.
I also love the fact that this is an entire flashback story that he's telling the president. He's literally telling the president of the United States his entire life story.
Why, I wanted to hear the story of your life.
Liar, you got shit to do. You can tell the kids are having an absolute blast making it, and the slapstick is pretty fun. The movie definitely has a feel-good vibe to it. Young George's acting is questionable at points. Sometimes he's really good, other times not so much. He's hit and miss. The movie does have a bizarre knack of making seemingly disturbing scenes funny. Like, how do you make child abuse funny?
Not on the hand, he has to play the violin.
All right, not on the hand.
Not on the mouth, he has to sing.
All right, not on the mouth. Come here. Here's one place without any talent.
How do you make a paedophile joke funny?
We've been dating.
Isn't she a little too young for you?
Oh, no, she's getting along in years. She's 17.
Also, this woman keeps saying that she's 18 years old. Come on now. Here's a nice coming-of-age story. For 1942, it's really innovative in telling such an in-depth tale. The humour is great and it has some really funny moments with some amazing delivery. There's just something really fun and charming about the movie and its musical numbers. It's an absolute blast. Although sometimes not too accurate.
It's a wonderful feeling having your name written in music.
Well, not always. And not to be picky, but...
Oh, that's all right. Faye has the song. And I have
the author.
I mean, it's a sweet moment, but lyricist. The word you're looking for is lyricist. It's a song, it's not a book. As they all grow older, it is quite sad as they decide to go their separate ways and abandon George after all these years. He writes another play which is a complete flop, and it is a great message to quit while you're on top. And then the poor guy is even too old to join the army and nobody has a clue who he is. Even the 1940s weren't immune to that Jeepers Creepers song.
Jeepers Creepers!
There's a truly heartbreaking scene as his father, played by Walter Houston, passes away, and their performance will honestly tear you in half. In fact, Cagney's performance at his father's bedside so moved the director that he was crying uncontrollably behind the camera during shooting. Which is immediately followed by another happy musical play.
When I was courting Eleanor, I told her Uncle Teddy I wouldn't run for president unless the job was steady. Don't print it, strictly off the record.
Funny line, until he runs it into the ground.
Don't print it, strictly off the record. But that's off the record. Don't print it, it's strictly off the record. Don't print it, it's strictly off the record. Don't print that. Off the record. Don't print it, it's strictly off the record.
But then he does manage to bring it back, to be fair.
I can't forget how Lafayette helped give us our first chance to win our fight for liberty. And now they've taken France. We'll take it back from Hitler and put ants in his Japans. And that's for the record.
Yankee Doodle Dandy is a pretty damn good. The music doesn't come across as overkill and it just works its way into the film whenever it's needed. I think certain other musicals could take notes from this one. The performances are fantastic and it has a really strong narrative throughout. It's also extremely patriotic if any proud Americans are out there wishing to celebrate their country, or if you're just curious in general, I would highly recommend you check this one out.